1-2. Oh, no! Oh, my goodness, that was a direct hit.
Baseball is the most dangerous sport ever. Baseball is not typically considered to be among the most dangerous sports. Therefore, it is unlikely to be at the top of anyone's list. The majority of individuals' minds immediately go to sports such as American football, ice hockey, soccer, or even basketball. Because of the degree of physical contact, these sports are typically seen as more hazardous than others.
Steal bases.
Hit Tyler.
Yeah, it did. I think it got him in the head.
Baseball is, without a doubt, one of the most hazardous sports, especially when the higher levels are taken into consideration. The majority of pitchers can throw at speeds of up to 100 miles per hour. In addition, batters are capable of hitting baseballs at speeds above 100 miles per hour. Because of this, positions somewhat near home plates are inherently risky. However, the majority of injuries are brought on by either an improper technique or excessive use of certain joints. Baseball has a serious injury problem. Amateurs and professionals need to know the most common injuries that occur in baseball to maintain their health and not miss any games. The players don't normally tackle each other as they do in football. They don't usually cause injuries by pushing opponents into the boards like they do in hockey. However, there are occasional bench-clearing brawls. Despite this, baseball can be a physically demanding sport, particularly as a player advances through the ranks from little league to high school to college ball and beyond. Even relatively minor baseball injuries can potentially keep players out of action for at least a short period. The most prevalent types of baseball injuries can range from moderate to severe. What are some of the obvious risks associated with playing baseball? Being struck by pitches. Most people know that pitchers throw hard, particularly as they age and gain strength in their bodies. Players in young baseball today are encouraged to throw the ball faster during the entire season. This trend has been commonplace in recent times. Hitters put on various protective gear to aid in preventing injuries that could potentially alter the course of their careers. The hard plastic is used in the construction of these protectors, and they are secured in place by VELCRO straps. They guard the weakest regions of the body, which are typically those that do not have a lot of muscle to protect them already.
How he handles the Twins here today. Right back at him. Down he goes.
Hits with a line drive. Have you ever thought about how hard baseball players have to hit the ball in order for it to go for more than 400 feet? The speed at which a baseball travels after being hit by a player's bat is referred to as the exit velocity. Players have the ability to achieve exit velocities of much over 100 miles per hour. This results in extremely reduced reaction times for players that are near the hitter. A ball that is hit so powerfully that it travels in a straight line after leaving the bat is said to have been hit with a line drive. When these line drive hits occur, they don't provide infield position players a lot of time to react, putting them in a situation where they could be in danger. Because they are closer than 60 feet to home plate than any other player on the field, pitchers are especially susceptible to being struck by line drives.
Another little flare, long run, Peterson shallow, and it falls between all three.
Players can collide with one another. There is always the risk of being involved in a collision, and they can take place anywhere on the pitch. When running toward each other in the outfield, outfielders have the potential to collide while trying to grab the same fly ball, frequently at speeds of more than 20 miles per hour. Players who engage in these kinds of play risk suffering from broken bones, bleeding noses, and concussions. There is also the possibility of collisions occurring near the bases. This occurs most frequently when the ball is thrown to a position player who is covering a base at the same time. He will be in the position to receive the ball and then tag a runner who is moving forward. Because catchers are trying to stop runners from scoring, they are particularly susceptible to this kind of contact. Catchers are especially sensitive to this type of collision. When approaching the home plate, runners at the bases in young leagues are typically expected to slide, because it reduces the risk of injury to the hands, head, and neck. This method is strongly recommended. Base runners are not needed to slide into home plate when playing professional baseball, and catchers are allowed to block home plates as long as they have the ball in their possession. What are some risks that are not so obvious?
Nubbed down the third base line. Pena hoping it goes back fair, and it does! Swisher's gonna be out!
Tipped foul balls that hit catchers. The path that a foul ball takes after it is struck by a batter is entirely unpredictable. Yet, catchers need to avoid getting hit by the ball at all costs. Catchers wear protective gear to protect the regions of their body that are most likely to be injured by balls hit foul. One of the most significant risks a catcher faces is being hit in the face mask by errant balls. When a foul ball hits a catcher after ricocheting off a player's bat, the ball can travel faster than 100 miles per hour. Catchers who are hit in the head by a stray ball run the risk of suffering from a condition known as a concussion. Accidents involving head trauma can result in immediate health issues as well as long-term impacts. A concussion may exhibit some common symptoms like confusion, headache, dizziness, a nauseated stomach or puking, loss of memory, and many more. Major League Baseball has adopted concussion precautions similar to those used in the National Football League due to the impacts that foul balls have on catchers. These protocols are modeled after those used in the NFL.
To the bag to get Harper, who hits the bag and goes down clutching his leg right below his knee.
Watch the foot slide across the base.
Sliding into bases. When a base runner is getting close to the next base, one of the techniques they use is called sliding. The base runner will get down on the ground, either on their stomach or their rear, which will enable them to use the friction the ground creates to slow down. When a player is attempting to escape getting tagged out by an opposing defensive player, they will most frequently utilize this strategy. Players start learning how to slide at a young age in most sports. When the pace of the game forces you to accomplish the sliding movement inside a small time frame, you put yourself in jeopardy because of the limited space available, sometimes leading to a decline in performance later on. An ankle or knee injury is a common consequence of sliding too late or using improper technique. It's possible to injure your neck or face if you slide on your head first, but the most common injuries are broken fingers and jammed wrists. The players are equipped with handguards that they can wear while they are on the base paths to help them deal with certain situations. The hand protectors have a design that is comparable to an oven mitt and are constructed with built-in supports to protect the wearer's fingers, wrists, and palms against injury. Dangers off the field. The players are not always the target of the dangers that occur off the field. While at a sporting event, spectators are not immune to the possibility of being hurt themselves. Fans can be put in harm's way by a number of things, including stray balls and hurled bats. On baseball fields, the back of the home plate and both baselines are protected by netting that runs the length of the field. In most cases, the netting will extend beyond the first and third base before coming to a stop. Fans and things like windows or cars will be protected from flying baseballs or bats by this quantity of netting in almost all situations. There have been a few isolated incidents in which a bat or a ball has managed to get past these protective nets and cause injuries to spectators. Major League Baseball and other lesser baseball divisions have begun to stretch these safety nets further down the baselines to combat some of these incidents. What do you think of the video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this one and want more videos like this, be sure to like the video and hit the subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.